Hi, this is Dr. Martin Rossman from The Healing Mind, and I want to talk to you a little bit about how to interrupt stress when it's just become overwhelming. So number one, especially when it gets overwhelming, just stop, look, and listen. This is take a moment, look around, find 5 things that you actually see right now and name them to yourself. Find 3 things that you can hear right now. Notice if there's something that you can smell right now. And notice some sensations in your body, the weight of your body as you're sitting on the chair or as you're standing, or the feel of your clothes, or the warmth of the sun, or the feeling of the wind. So what you're doing is you're going through your senses, what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you smell. You're noticing what you're sensing right now. And when you do that, you get out of your imagination. You get out of thinking about all the things you wish you had done differently or that you're anticipating are coming up in the future. You're just coming to the moment. It's a way of bringing yourself to mindfulness very quickly. And in any given moment, it's actually pretty unlikely that there's more stress than you can handle. The cumulative stress goes on when you are compressing the last 10 years of stress and the next 10 years of stress all in your imagination, and you're walking around. You could be on a beautiful beach somewhere with the ocean and pelicans flying and a sunny day. You could be in your head worrying about all the things to come, regretting some of the things that have been in the past, and you could be stressing yourself out like crazy. So you want to come to your senses. The originator of Gestalt psychology, Fritz Perls, said, lose your mind and come to your senses. When you do that, you come into the present moment, you hang out there for a few minutes. You're generally going to find that there's not too much there for you to handle. So the second tool I want to give you in terms of interrupting stress is your breath. You're always going to breathe enough to survive. Your body's not going to let you not breathe. But your breath is like a dual control mechanism, like on the student driver cars, where the instructor has controls too, the student has controls. So the instructor, your body knows how to breathe, but if you let yourself learn how to breathe more deeply and into your belly, so that you breathe and let your belly expand when you inhale, we often call it the belly breath. Or when we're teaching children, we call it the balloon breath, because we say, imagine as you inhale, you blow up a balloon in your tummy, and as you let it out, it goes out of your tummy. So you're letting the breath come down into your belly, you're letting it go. You're letting the out breath be a bit longer than the in breath. And you can ham it up and let it be, as I often refer to it, a real letting go kind of a breath. So you breathe into the belly, maybe hold it for a moment. Ham it up if you're by yourself. Let it be a real letting go kind of a breath, and let your body begin to relax as you breathe out. There's a lot of patterns that people teach with the breath to increase the length of the out breath. One that I like is to breathe in for a count of 4 into your belly. Hold it for a beat of 1. Breathe out to a count of 6. Let your breath go all the way out. Let it be a letting go kind of a breath. Hold it out for a count of 1. Breathe in for a count of 4. So we can do that now. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for a count of 1. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it out for a count of 1. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. and so on. And you can, of course, vary the speed of that count to meet what's comfortable for you. It may be a little uncomfortable at first if you don't know belly breathing, but if you watch a dog or cat while it's sleeping and watch how it belly breathes, or watch an infant belly breathe naturally, and you play with it a little bit, soon you'll get comfortable with it, and you'll find that in almost any given scenario, even quietly in a meeting or company, you can breathe in, let it out. 3 or 4 of those will usually calm you and bring you to a place where you feel more relaxed and comfortable. The third skill that you might want to try is just inviting your body to relax. Your body listens to what's going through your mind. And in some of my longer guided imageries, I teach a technique called the 3 keys to relaxation. The first key is breathing into your belly. The second is going through your body, inviting it part by part to unwind and relax. And you can even do a very short version of that. Here's a little thought experiment that you could do right now. So just imagine for a moment that you imagine that your body is made of very dry, very stiff, dry sticks. Stiff, dry sticks. And just notice what that feels like in your body to imagine that. And now, imagine instead that your body is made of soft, warm, buttery noodles. And did you notice a little shift in your body when you changed that image? Most of you probably did. Your body's just loose as a goose, loose, warm, buttery noodles. It's a real quick way to invite your body to relax. And your body likes to relax, and if you invite it to relax, it will relax and feel less tense. The fourth technique that I want to share with you is take a daydream vacation. When you listen to me, I'm going to teach you about imagery and guided imagery. Another way to think about guided imagery, or an easy way to think about guided imagery, it's daydreaming on purpose. So you can start with your belly breathing. You can invite your body to relax. Or when you're just feeling overwhelmed by stress, take those breaths, close your eyes, take a 10-minute vacation. Imagine that you go somewhere that you love to be. Imagine that you go somewhere that you love to be. A place that's beautiful to you, a place that's peaceful, a place you feel at home, where you feel relaxed, where you feel safe. And that can be a place that you've been in your life, or it can be an imaginary place that you've thought of before, or that just comes to you now. It doesn't really matter. But imagine for a few moments that you're going to a place that's beautiful, peaceful, safe. Notice what you see there, what you imagine seeing, what you imagine hearing, what the temperature's like, if there's an odor or aroma. And when you do that, just take a few moments to immerse yourself in that imaginary scene. It's the next best thing to being there. Your imagination can take you there. It's inexpensive. It's quick. And no, you're not in Maui, or you're not actually in that place, but in your mind you are. And if you imagine what you can see there, hear, smell, feel as best you can, and bring your attention back to that for a few minutes, you'll find that you come back feeling more relaxed and refreshed, having punched a hole in that ongoing stress, given your brain and your body a little time to recharge and replenish itself. If you take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you'll come back feeling like you've had a mini vacation, because you have. We've talked about breathing. We've talked about coming to the present by coming to your senses. We've talked about inviting your body to relax. We've talked about a daydream vacation. Some other things you can do when the stress is just overwhelming: take a walk. Change your scene. Do something physical. Take a walk, a run, a bike ride, a swim, go to the gym. It can be a strenuous workout if you like to exercise that way and you're used to it. It could just be a walk around the block. Just get your body out of Dodge, change your scene, get outside or even inside. Just take a 10 to 15 minute walk. It'll change your perception, change your environment, change your context. While you're walking, you can notice your breath. You can let your breathing be deeper into your belly. You can let your breath out and imagine that you're breathing in calmness and that you're releasing stress or tension with every breath out. You can imagine that you're leaving stress in your footprints as you walk, so that once you've walked for 5 or 10 minutes, it's behind you and you get a new start and you get some refreshment. So, physical exercise, but combine it with the breath and with your imagination. It'll all work together to get you that valuable break from the stress response. The sixth thing you can do to interrupt stress when it's too much is talk to somebody. Talk to a friend that you can trust, who can keep your confidences if you're lucky enough to have one or more of those. Or talk to a therapist or a counselor in the same way. Interestingly enough, this is actually something you can also do if you don't have anybody that you feel comfortable talking about the stresses and the challenges. You can have an imaginary conversation. Have an imaginary conversation. Imagine that you have a wise and loving inner guide, or that someone who was an important guide or confidant to you who's no longer here, that you can talk to them and imagine what they would say back to you. It's not really crazy. It's just a way of expressing what you're thinking about and seeing it from a different angle. You can also journal or just write. Just sit down and write for 20 minutes about what's going on and what's bothering you, and also what you might be able to do to make it better. People have found that sitting down and writing for 20 minutes about their stress and what they might be able to do about it 4 days in a row has tremendous mental health and physical health benefits. And we'll talk more about that another time. So get it out of your body, express it. Another way, if you have some kind of creative outlet, draw a picture of it, paint it, again, write about it, make up a song or a poem. Get it out of your body. Don't carry it around with you all the time. And then a seventh thing that you can do, and I like to do this when there's times when the stress is just ongoing and you don't get a break, think about taking a break, even a short break. And of course, a vacation would be great, but even a short break. So take a Sabbath day. Take a day where you don't do any work, you don't do anything productive, you don't do any of your normal things, you just take a day off. And you can take a walk in nature, turn off your phone, take a digital vacation, don't watch television, just do something different. Take the day and stay in bed. About twice a year when I'm just tired and grumpy and kind of there's just too much going on, I will give myself permission, just take a Saturday or a Sunday and just stay in bed. Get up to go to the bathroom, get something to eat, but don't expect anything of you. Just put yourself on the bench, take yourself out of the game, give yourself a day, doze, sleep, watch TV, read a book that has nothing to do with anything that you've been worrying about, and just give yourself a break. So Some people take a Sabbath day every week. They say the Creator took a Sabbath day once in every 7 days. So give yourself a break, take a day off, and let yourself relax. So, there's more resources for stress management at thehealingmind.org, and I hope you'll take a look at those. And just as a way of ending this video, let's just take a very, very short piece of the 3 keys to calmness. Let yourself breathe into your belly. Let the out-breath be a letting go kind of a breath. Do it again. Let it go. Breathe in the present moment. Let go of any tension you may be holding. Let your breathing go to its normal rate and rhythm, or you can come back to the deeper breath to relax even more deeply. And invite your body to relax and release tension. Your feet, your legs, your torso and pelvis, your neck and shoulders, your arms and hands, your face and jaw muscles, your scalp, and your eyes. Just let them soften and relax in their own way. And just take a minute, literally a minute. You can leave your eyes open or close them and just imagine that you go to some place that you just love to be in. A place where you're safe, that's beautiful to you, peaceful, nourishing, even healing. And notice what you imagine seeing there. And notice any sounds you might imagine in that place. What the temperature's like. You may or may not be able to notice the quality of the air or an aroma or fragrance. It doesn't matter. Just notice any sense of relaxation or peacefulness or calmness you have in that place. And just let yourself be there with that for a minute. And I'm just going to give you 1 minute by the clock without saying anything. And when you next hear my voice, 1 minute will have passed. Enjoy the relaxation. Stay relaxed. 1 minute by the clock has passed. May have seemed longer or shorter to you, I don't know. I hope you feel a little bit more relaxed. It only took a few minutes. And of course, the more time you spend learning and practicing ways to interrupt your stress, to minimize your stress, to stop creating unnecessary stress, the happier you're going to be, the healthier you're going to be. So, this is Dr. Martin Rossman from thehealingmind.org, wishing you a much happier and much less stressful life. I'll see you next time.